making no apologies. That's it, umhlaba mawuhlulwe, so that our people can have access to the land.
Life is difficult, but you must soldier on. Don't give up. If you are a coward, you don't belong here.
Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Simple Politics. So today I quickly want to cover the news that broke this morning from Maibuye. So they released a statement today that the deputy president has been fired. Floyd has fired his deputy president. Anyway, okay, like the past few days, or at least the last 2 weeks, we've seen the deputy president tweeting. She started tweeting in codes, right? And of course, people on social media are very fast. They know when there's a problem. She started tweeting in codes, and then of course we started pushing and saying, Ubana, don't be a coward, man. Tell us what's happening. That's when we find out that she was complaining that she has not been paid. She's been charged. There are allegations that are put against her, and those allegations are not true. And that she's waiting for the internal processes to tell her if she's guilty or not, or what's going to happen moving forward. And of course, we didn't really know what were the allegations. And this morning, we got to see and read what the allegations are. So Floyd released a statement, and the Maibuye page actually also released a statement. But as I was reading that letter, I can tell you free of charge, Floyd wrote that thing. He wrote that public statement. I know his words. I know his writing. So I want to read it for you guys, and I want us to dissect it and like break it down. Is this a good image for a new party? Not really. I mean, Maibuye is not even, I don't even think they are 6 months. When did they announce that they were officially opening a party? I mean, it's been 2 months or something. I think they could have dealt with it a little bit different, because it shows us that there's a lack of leadership. There's a lack of, and also if you can't tolerate each other, right? If you can't tolerate each other when the relationship is still new, it's gonna get very, very bad when it's like 1 year, 6 months. Even the ones that are left there, when things go south for them, it's gonna get very, very bad. So it just shows lack of leadership, man, in some way. Yeah, man. I think they could have solved this thing without letting it get to the media. I think they could have tried to, I don't know, I think they could have tried to check and double check everything. But you let me know if you think that they've made a good decision. If they suspected that Nolubabalo was doing wrong things, it's a good idea for them to quickly cut her off. You let me know. I think they could have handled it different. You know, it's still early. It's still very, very early. Now let's read the statement. It says termination of deputy president designation and referral to disciplinary process. Right. Dated today, the 24th, it says the national officials of Africa Maibuye movement have unanimously resolved to remove Ms. Nolubabalo Mcinga as the first deputy president of the organization, effective immediately. The removal of Mcinga as deputy president is not a temporary decision. First of all, they are telling us that it's not temporary, meaning that it's forever. She's done. It is not a temporal decision, but a sound and sensible permanent decision. That is Floyd. That's why I'm telling you that I know how Floyd writes. It's the same way he speaks. He's got that thing of, I don't know, I don't want to say it's condescending, because he's got that thing of, you know, when someone is doing this, you know, when you know I don't even know how to explain it. Do you know when someone ekuprika and then you keep quiet and you think, okay, fine, no, let me just be the bigger person, and they just keep on doing this to you? That is Floyd. Because him releasing this statement, he could have said for Mzegelo, we have removed the Deputy President Nolubabalo effective immediately. He did not have to tell us that this is not a temporary decision, but a sound and sensible permanent decision taken to decisively. That Gama Floyd decisive, sound and solid decision. Precisely. That is Floyd's language. And also the emphasis, he's like that. The emphasis, he's like that. If you are dealing with Floyd and you've got a low self-esteem, he can crush you into 1,000 pieces. If you're dealing with him and you know you're not a confident person, or maybe you're not sure about your story and you need validation, he will crush you into 1,000,000 pieces by his words. He's like that. I don't know if I can describe that as condescending, or I can describe it as I don't know, but we are breaker. Okay, let's continue reading. But it is a sound, sensible, permanent decision taken to decisively protect and defend the integrity of the organization against infiltration and abuse of office for personal gain. In terms of the Constitution, the national officials have the authority to appoint and remove leaders from organizational responsibilities, and they duly exercise this right. While the national officials have resolved to remove Ms. Nolubabalo as the deputy president, again, a sound decision. Imagine, like, you can just say a decision was a sound decision. A sound decision was taken to retain her membership of the organization with full rights and obligations as contained in the Constitution of Africa Mabuye Movement in a transparent, open, and if needs to be recorded manner. Okay, so they are not taking her membership, but I think she's gonna leave. We've already heard, she said there were people that approached her, and that if there's a party that's gonna come out, she's gonna do a press briefing. So definitely, I think she's gonna leave. The national officials will institute disciplinary proceedings against Nolubabalo Mcinga on the following grounds of organizational and political misconduct. 1. Holding an unauthorized meeting with the president of Umkhonto Wesizwe Party, Mr. J.Z. Zuma. Where there is Zuma, there is always fire. One thing about Zuma, uyaxabanisa. So Nolubabalo held a meeting with Zuma. I wonder if that's true or it's false, because she seems like she was denying the allegations made against her. So holding an unauthorized meeting with President of Umkhonto Wesizwe, Mr. J.Z. Zuma, without organizational mandate and against an organizational decision that all engagement held by leaders of Africa Mabuye Movement must be approved by the collective. The meeting with Jacob Zuma was never denied, and Ms. Nolubabalo Mcinga even wrote such in an official report of the Africa Mabuye Movement, with claims that it was personal engagements and that there was discussions of $500 billion in direct investments will establish Black Diamond Dollar. The leadership of Africa Mabuye did not approve of any of these, and Ms. Mcinga never had a mandate to discuss anything on our behalf. First of all, this is very hypocritical of Floyd. He was busy discussing things with Jacob Zuma while he was in the EFF. It's like that. It's like that, have your own kids, because they are going to teach you exactly what you are doing to others. Exactly what Floyd did. It's like that, it's exactly what you did. So Jacob Zuma is doing to you what he did to the EFF with you. Exactly. Number 2, convening a meeting with Miss Mary Party from Mpumalanga province and purporting to make commitments on behalf of the movement without sanctions, authority, or delegation. I think she maybe tried to recruit Umeri. I wonder. Maybe she was trying to recruit Umeri, and Umeri has a mali kesan. I think recruiting Umeri was not a bad idea, but Umeri Party, it's one of those people that are ungovernable. Shem, like Kunzima utishana nabo. And also because Floyd MK, maybe that's why he was not comfortable. I don't know. Number 3, tendering apologies for meetings based on facts later found to be materially inaccurate and misleading. Number 4, canvassing members and volunteers of Africa Maibuye to form or support a separate political party. That's exactly what you did, Galok Floyd. You wanted fighters to support MK while you were in the EFF. Injalo Galok Mtasekai. What goes around comes around. It's like that. Approaching senior members of the Council of Elders seeking to utilize their political party to advance personal interests. Disclosing without authorization confidential resolutions and internal communications of the national officials and circulating false or misleading information regarding such decisions. Circulation of voice note containing disparaging and profane remarks towards national officials. Inflating and falsifying financial figures relating to accommodation logistics alleged traditional leader engagements during the Eastern Cape consultation process. I think this is the part where she said they are accusing, Floyd is accusing her of things that same thing that they did in the MK, which is they accused Floyd of stealing money. So I think she was referring to this because they are saying there's money that she claimed that was not true. Subsequent to the presentation, Ms. Ncinga was given an opportunity for her written explanation. She further contravened the direct organizational directive by. So she also did mention on Twitter that she was given an opportunity to state a side of the story. But now they are saying while she was explaining her written explanation, she was undermining the organizational decision through public and private statement, discrediting national officials' resolutions without exhausting the internal process. Yes, she did get frustrated, Nolubabalo, and she started tweeting and she just spiraled without waiting for the outcome. I think she knew what the outcome was gonna be. That's why she just spiraled. Number 2, approaching a media and a PR company and promising to pay them money to defame and character assassinate the leadership of Africa Maibuye movement. 3, engaging in defamation and malicious gossip, thereby spreading false rumors and undermining the trust and unity amongst the members. Number 4, sharing confidential organizational discussions, internal documents, and member information with unauthorized individuals and public platforms. 5, spreading lies that she was promised a salary, VIP protection, and a house as a condition for her to join Maibuye consultation process. Floyd he definitely did promise her a salary, but Floyd was a man. Number 6, acting in a manner that brought the movement into disrepute through statements and behavior detrimental to the dignity and reputation of the organization. 7, representing herself as a spokesperson of the movement without authority or mandate, particularly in external forums and media interactions, and displaying insubordination and indiscipline by willfully disregarding directive issues by the national officials. The national officials will represent to the internal prosecutors all the details and facts of these grounds of internal discipline inquiry. Furthermore, the national officials categorically reject with contempt any claim that a commitment was made to pay Ms. Mcinga a salary, provide a VIP protection. She didn't say she wanted a VIP protection, by the way, or settle school fees. She did not say Maibuye was going to settle school fees. She said, if Maibuye paid me my salary, I would pay school fees for my kids. That's what she said. No leader anywhere, least of all in any movement at its formation stage, joins with an expectation of remuneration or salary. Maibuye is not an employment agency. It is a people-founded movement born of extensive consultation to address urgent and social needs for the avoidance of doubt. While no salary commitment was ever made, individual officials in their personal capacity assisted Mr. Mcinga on several occasions during periods of financial distress. The value of genuine and bona fide assistance she received from different officials and members of Maibuye is for higher than any amount she ever received as a salary anywhere. The national officials reaffirmed their constitutional obligation and revolutionary commitment to collective leadership and remain resolute in protecting the organization's integrity and unity while upholding discipline without fear or favor, and ensuring that accountability within the movement is principled other than personal. The focus of the leadership now turns to organizational work, particularly the provincial induction, branch establishment, and political education. The organization will not engage in media interviews or commentary regarding this matter. This statement issued to communicate transparency and responsible through the authorized channel to prevent misinformation, protect members from manipulation or gossip. That is the full statement, guys. Tell me what you think about this statement released by Floyd here. Hey, I feel like I'm waiting for Nolubabalo to respond. I definitely think she's gonna be pissed after this, and she's definitely gonna respond. I wanted to respond. I actually tweeted her this morning, and I said, Uguti, like, don't let them go, sis. I said, collapse that thing. She actually has the power to collapse my boy. I said, collapse that thing, sis. They can say anything to you, and then you must take it lying down. Collapse that thing. Yeah, I was about to I was about to post my video, and I realized Nolubabalo has responded. And that she's gonna respond. She says she remains a member of Maibuye and Umkhonto wesizwe. Hayibo. Hey. This is a gaga. Honestly, this is a gaga. So she says, in the media and public are hereby informed that Comrade Nolubabalo Mcinga acknowledges the statement issued by Africa Maibuye Movement on 24 October 2025, which is today, regarding the removal from the office of the first Deputy President. She has also responded to the former letter recalling her. A press briefing will follow to she's gonna have a press briefing. Hey, Chocho Nico, Chocho. Hey, Sana, deal with him. Good. And I like you, girl. Why? Oh, I like you, son. A press briefing will follow to provide detailed responses and clarify on the matters raised before by one-on-one interview. The meeting with President Jacob Zuma was personal and had nothing to do with Africa Maibuye Movement. I, Nolubabalo Mcinga, reported this meeting internally to ensure transparency. President Jacob Zuma has never been an enemy to me and will never be. Unlike the approach some leaders of other political parties take, I am a true Pan-Africanist who believes in unity amongst Africans and authenticity leadership. My membership in the Umkhonto weSizwe Party has never been deactivated. I remain the active member. Hebana. I remain the active member of Umkhonto weSizwe and Africa Mayibuye movement and will not resign from either parties. No spying or organizational misinterpretation took place. Hebana, I will not resign. The audacity. Number 2, the meeting with Miss Mary Party was in her capacity as a key stakeholder running a project aimed at unifying progressive political parties, including the Africa Mayibuye movement. My responsibility as the first deputy president included engaging with such stakeholders. No commitments were made on behalf of Africa Mayibuye movement. I reported this meeting internally for transparency. Ms. Party is not an adversary, and any engagements with her reflected my duties as the deputy president and my commitment to constructive collaboration. This underscores the importance of leadership being given freedom to speak and act responsibly without undue restrictions. Number 3, the recall process was carried out without following correct procedure. No formal charge sheet was issued, no right of reply was given, and no impartial hearing took place. This is not discipline. It is cowardice disguised as order. This is also example of gender-based violence in politics, using power to humiliate and silence a strong woman who stands by principle. I have asked for evidence of the allegations and the press briefing. The politics inside Africa Mayibuye movement are suppressive and controlling. Cho. Nani tell Floyd, hey, cho. If leaders cannot think freely or have their own views, what kind of South Africa are we building? If everyone must see through the eyes of one man, halala, who's the cult now? Hey! Yeah! Politiki! Uti uFloyd ufuna kubonwe ngamehlo wakhe. Everyone must see through the eyes of one man. Where will the next Chris Hani, Steve Biko, Jacob Zuma, Julius Malema, aha! Winnie Madikizela Mandela, okay, she named all of them, or other freedom fighters come from? The organization's All Restoration Manifesto, pages 104 and 107 says, we must reject gossip, speak truth, and have courage. Yet my removal was based on gossip. What leaders say in private must watch what they say in public. Anything else is hypocrisy. This movement has turned into something worse than a cult. Aibo! This movement was built yesterday. Spreading hate and division amongst Africans. South Africa needs honesty, equality, and spiritual guidance, not gossip and control. Allegations about promising a public relations company work are false. No PR company was promised anything. This is another attempt to undermine my value and leadership. The people of South Africa respond to truth and honesty, not PR campaign. I have not circulated any voice notes or private communications. I know nothing about such circulations, and I have formally requested full evidence regarding these allegations. Recording some without consent is illegal, and I reserve all legal rights to take action against any person who falsely claims otherwise. Number 6, the so-called promise of salary, VIP protection, or accommodation were made personally by Mr. Floyd Shivambu. I am deeply disappointed that such matters have been misrepresented. Bob Marley said, don't trust a politician. Ha ha ha! Hey! I'm Daga God. So early. We told you Kutu Floyd is a liar. I mean, I personally have said this so many times that Floyd is a liar. He lies. He really lies. So, hey, Betuna. Uti Bob Marley once says, don't trust a politician like you trust a friend, even the one you like. This is a lesson painfully learned in this process. 7. I remain a community activist, a traditional leader, an author, a motivational speaker for youth, schools and entrepreneurship, women's voices, and a businesspreneur in airport parking, training and recruitment services. My work and service to the people are independent of political control, will continue despite this recall. I also continue running a long-standing community project and a non-profit initiative in faith, culture, economics empowerment, and social development. 8. I reaffirm my commitment to transparency, legal rights, and protect my name and integrity. I will provide full details and answer questions at the press briefing before any one-on-one media interviews. Number 9, I'm deeply saddened for the youth trained under distorted leadership examples. Loyalty should never be servitude. A truth should never be seen as rebellion. I am equally disappointed for the traditional leaders who have been misled and placed under false pretenses, treated with ambulance and disrespect. This has happened under my watch in the organization, and I will not allow such injustices to continue. Traditional leaders have already suffered from historical injustices, and they deserve fairness, dignity, and respect. The hanging of this recall is a lesson for all about courage, transparency, and standing by the principle even when attacked. Yo, I sis cat. Anyway, I had already ended the video. Hey, let's meet in the comment section. Yo, I sis cat. Tell me which side you're on. Are you Team Floyd or are you Team Nolubabalo? Yeah. So yeah, let me know what you think, guys. If you don't know who I am, my name is Isabella Pelwana, and this is Civil Politics. Subscribe. Let's get this channel to 40k subscribers, as you should. Please, guys, ask everyone to subscribe and watch. I'll see you on the next one. Aluta continua until the next time. And support the channel. Buy the host coffee. You,